Hello, this is Teacher Wayne and welcome back to my video series on making a zombie shooter. I'm at the end. Basically there isn't a lot more for me to do for this series. We've got most of the mechanics. Let's do a quick recap. It's always good to do a quick recap, I think. So let's press play. So we've got our game. We've got a zombie. He reacts to us. He should harm us when we get near enough. And you see my health bar at the top's going down. Oops. Let's get myself sorted. I can shoot him quite rapidly. And he dies and collapses on the ground. There you go, really. Now, one thing is, I was shooting him repeatedly. There's no indication of my ammo that I've used. There's no indication of clips. Surely if you shoot, this should be some sort of ammo reduction, and we should have a limited amount of ammo for this weapon. That's one thing I want to implement in this session. Another thing that would make the game better is when I've got one zombie. So let's have some multiple zombies. That's another aspect. So one is ammo, multiple zombies. Another thing I'll look at in this video is eclipse as well. So in other words, we can do a reload mechanic, put more ammo in our pistol from a spare clip. And we'll see how it progresses. I'm not really going to go much further than this. I'm going to leave it fairly soon. Another aspect that we want to look at is sound. I think I'll probably do another video on adding sound to the game, because without sound it's not very immersive. It doesn't make the game feel good. So let's go through the various different steps. First thing is, the easiest one is multiple zombies. So let's have some zombies. We're going to use a concept called prefabs. Going to scene view is the easiest. When you're playing, scene for everything else. Don't be tempted to try to do stuff into the game mode. It'll cause problems later. So let's go in scene mode. Sorry. So first thing I'm going to do is down here with my assets folder. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call it prefabs. This is where I'm going to put my zombie. I'm going to drag my zombie from the scene view into the folder I've created. And when I get this message, so would you like to create an original prefab or a prefab zombie? In other words, another way of rephrasing it is, do you want to keep this zombie as it is, or do you want to create a different variant of that zombie? Well, I want to keep this zombie as it is, so I'm going to use the original. Now, there would be times if you want different types of zombies in the game. That way, you would create prefab variants here, and you'd have series. And for example, you might want one that has more health, one that takes more damage, one that's faster, and that's where your prefab variants come in, which makes it quite interesting. So I'm going to zoom in where the zombie is, and let's, for example, add some more zombies. So literally in scene mode where you want them, so zoom right in. I'm going to put some more zombies. I'm going to put one here. See what I'm doing? Just drag, drop. Let's have another few. There we go. Now if I press play, now we are all 4 zombies are in scene view. And if I go like that, they all activate. They'll all start to follow me. I can shoot them all off individually. One dead. 2 dead. Kill you off as well. And this one is hurting me. You see, look, there's their bodies all over the place. What we want to do is, at some stage, we want to get rid of them, but I think it's quite nice to have more lying around. Thank you. So there we are. More zombies in my game. I'm going to remove them all from the game now, because it'll just get confusing later. But I'm trying to troubleshoot things, keep things simple. Really. So that's first step. Create. That's how you add multiple zombies. That's the best way to do it. Don't try to go up here, right click, click duplicate. That's a bad idea. Create a folder called prefabs, put them in and drag from up there. That way you can add as many as you want. That's the preferred professional way of doing it. So that's step 1 done. Step 2, our UI. Let's go to our UI. We've got a health bar. Now we want to add some sort of ammo, and we want to add some sort of clips up here. We'll go here, And we're going to add, in the UI, we're going to add some what's known as Text Mesh Pro. Now, Text Mesh Pro is a mechanic of adding text to the UI. In other words, adding text to what we're seeing. So let me, before I do that, let me just double click here to zoom out. See, I just double clicked on the HUD, zooms me right out. I get a better view. You might want to rotate around by going like this, but what you want to do is position this so that this is in the middle, like I've got it. It just makes things easy. I'm going to move my face over here a bit because I'm going to be showing code shortly. Let's put this down here out of the way. Get my face out of the way with what I'm doing. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add some Text Mesh Pro. Now, here, oops, wrong button, there. There's actually lots of tutorials. This is Unity's own Text Mesh Pro. When you come to install, use it for the first time, you'll get this message pop up in the middle of the screen. It will say TPM Essentials. You want to click that and click that to install Text Mesh Pro. TMP Text Mesh Pro. Don't miss this when you're trying to install it. That's the first thing. Once you've got it installed, you'll be able to do this. You'll be able to go right click, UI. How would you install it in the first place, Wayne? Well, you just do this. You go HUD, UI, Text Mesh Pro, and the first time you do it, it pops up with that message. Install it, then you'll be able to do it. So I'm going to click it now. And then as you see in the middle of my screen, I've got some text. I want to move it over here, over here, over here, over here. And I want this to be more 10 ammo. I also want, I'm going to rename this ammo. That's what it is. Now that ammo looks a bit naff white text. I don't like the font, so let's do something about it. So over here, let's change the text color. Let's have a look at different colors. What about red? That's better already. How about italics? I like, that's even better. I think that's better. Not brilliant, but it's better. Let's just move it a little bit. There we go. Now we've got lots of other extra settings here. Ooh, outline. What's that do? Let's change that colour to red. Ooh, it's like a little fatness to it. Look at that. Look at that. Fat. Change it. What's this one do? Oh, it's like a blurriness on it. Anyway, I'm just going normal. I'll leave that as it is. I'm sort of it's a little bit fat. It looks better. That'll do. It's not the best, but we're getting there. Feel free to fiddle with it, do what you want with that. You can have a lot of fun with this. So anyway, we've got ammo. Oh yeah, now we want obviously clips. So I'm going to duplicate this because it's easiest. I'm in game mode. Let's change to scene mode. Be careful when you're changing things. Like I said, don't do it in game mode, do it in scene mode. Duplicate it. I'm going to call this clips. Oops. Rename it like rename clips. Clips. I'm going to move that down there and change that to clips. L, don't want that. 21 spec. So we've got ammo, we've got clips, similar sort of text. It's not the best. Could change it a little bit. There's lots of ways of doing it. I could create some background image around the back of it or block it out, make it a bit clearer and crisper. It's not a bad idea. I don't want to do that now because I don't see the value in it personally, but I've found maybe a background image around the back of that would help. I think maybe a banner across the top actually would help as well. There's lots of ways to do this. Have fun. Getting the UI looking right is an important aspect. Could even maybe move clips over here. But right now I'm more interested in showing the mechanics, and we can fine tune the aesthetics. You can fine tune the aesthetics as you feel free. I'm not really too concerned at the moment. Okay, so that's the visual aspects of adding ammo and clips. Now we're about the technical aspects. The technical aspects, we're talking obviously about the code. So let's go to the code. We're going to be making changes to the HUD. We're going to be making changes to the player. Those are the 2 bits of code. So first thing is the sort of UI, the HUD. Let's move my code. Ooh, what you doing? Now I've got my face here. I have to be careful with my face to make sure I'm not putting this that order. So HUD, there we go. Now first thing is I've sort of already cheated. I've added this line here, Text Mesh Pro. Add that line at the top so we can use Text Mesh Pro. That's going to be important so that we can actually link with it. So that allows us to use Text Mesh Pro. Very obvious. It says so using it. Second thing, we need to reference these 2 new UI components I've just added. So we're going to add some serialized fields because that's how I like to do it. It's not the only way to do it, but it's like the way I like to do it. Private Text Mesh Pro _ text, and we want to call it, well, we're going to have one called ammo. We're going to have let's do serialized field as well. We're going to add private. Now we're going to have to link these to the actual things we said. I'll show you in a minute what that is. Text Mesh Pro TMP _ text, and I want to call this clips. So I've got a link to the new ammo and the new clips. So that links with the text I've just put on the UI. So save that. Can you see that? Now goes green. Down here we want to link to it. We want to create some public functions within this class so that we can access them. So these functions will be, we'll have a public function, public void show ammo, and we're going to accept a variable called ammo. Be a good idea so it knows what it's going to show, because it doesn't know. And in here we want to put a, see if I remember, I'm just looking at some notes I've already got. We're going to go ammo. Actually, did I call it ammo? What did I call? Oh, I call that ammo. Call that ammo. I'm going to change that to left. So I've already got ammo. I can't use the same variable. See, that's called ammo. You can't call that ammo as well. Ammo left, that's better. So it's going to be ammo. Ammo, right? It would be good. Ammo dot text. The text that's going to get shown equals what we're going to display is the word capital A ammo space colon space plus. It's going to display that on the screen, ammo, which is exactly what I've already got, is ammo. This here has to be exactly the same as what I'm displaying in the UI, which is that. Because I've got ammo space and it's got space after it as well. So I've got a space before, space after the thing. That's good. And then it's going to be ammo left. And then it's what's known as toString. It converts it to a string. And toString. Right, so that will display that will show whatever passes in. So if there's 9 ammo, that will show 9 or 8 or whatever, and that's going to keep changing. And then we have another one for the clips. Public, void, clips, left. Oh, actually, take that. Show clips. That's what it does. And then it's going to be clips, left. Int clips left. So it's an integer, it's a whole number. We can't have 0.5 of a clip, we have full clips. And it's going to be, I think it's called clips. Yes, clips dot text equals, and then it's going to be clips space colon space clips left dot string. Right, I did it really quickly. Let's try to slow down a bit here. So this function here called show clips that we're going to access in the player code in a short while will display on screen wherever we pass to it with the word clips. It will just basically pass wherever we want to it. So if I go to player now, first thing we need to do is check that we've got access to the HUD code here. Give me a second. There we go. Public HUD. So that's a link to the HUD, which is a link to this. So we now got access to these two functions because I've got it there. Then when we shoot, we want to display it. We are reducing the ammo every time now to 0. Yeah, I've got 10 ammo. I think I might have added that at 15. So check that value. I've added this variable called clips. So make sure you add that line as well. So that line is 10. I set that to 10. I'm not sure that previous versions just had this, so be careful with that. Add that clips. Here we're reducing our ammo. If the ammo is greater than 0, we reduce it. It's great. If the ammo is 0, what do you think we do? Well, we're going to do a reload, aren't we? So we'll do that later. But for now, where we have our shoot, we're going to do HUD. This is a function called HUD dot show, and it's actually there. Can you see show ammo, and it's going to be ammo. So it shows the ammo. HUD dot show clips. Well, that's clips to it. Spot clips will be useful. There we go. Save it. So now I've got two functions. Let's save all this, minimize that. Go to the console. Press play. Let's see what happens. Test it. Nothing's working. Why is nothing working? Let's have a look. I've got a red line there, so stop. I think I know why nothing's working. No exception. You get these all the time in Unity. You've got to figure them out. So it says in the player code. Now I know what it is, because I think I've made a mistake. If I go to HUD, let's go. I'm going to actually help you show you how you troubleshoot. You go there. It's pointing. Can you see when I click it? It's pointing to the player. So you think, oh, it's in the player code. If I double click it, it's saying, it's pointing straight to it. It's a problem with the ammo. It's not able to show this. It's not able to show this function. Why is it not able to show this? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the HUD. Right. Can you see over here on the right hand side? You can't see my face is not blocking. That's good. So can you see we've got that says none, that says none. We've not linked ammo and clips to it. We did the health bar, but we're not done the ammo and clips. So we'll get the ammo and we drag it down there. And can you see what happens? Changes. So now we're linking. That's clear. Let's press play. Let's see if that fixes it. Jumping up, and that works. Oh, there we go. Shooting, can you see what's happening? The ammo is going down. And I can't and there's no more shooting takes place after reduce 0. Right, that's good. So what we've got now is we've got our ammo working, and play. So I need to change this so that you can't shoot anymore if your ammo's, you ran out of ammo. We need to basically, if we get out of ammo, we shouldn't be able to shoot, and I'm by default shooting. So what I'm going to do is I'll make some little changes to this. So what am I going to do? So what we're going to do is the ammo's greater than 0, we reduce the ammo and we shoot. So I'm going to change this a little bit. That there. Get rid of that. So if the ammo is greater than 0, then we can reduce our ammo and we will shoot. We cannot shoot if we've got no ammo. Then what happens if our ammo is 0? We want to reload. So if ammo equals else if ammo equals 0. Put double 0 in. If the ammo is 0, then what do I do? Well, then if the clips is greater than 0, then we reduce the clips. We're going to do some sort of reload. We do our reload animation. Just tap it in for now. Reduce our clips, and then we set the ammo equal to 10. New clip. Obviously, if the clips is not greater than 0, none of this makes sense, and you can't reload. So I don't need to worry about what happens if it's 0. So I've just added all this code here, very simply, just to keep it really simple. So if the ammo is greater than 0, we reduce our ammo and we shoot. Or if the ammo is equal to 0, in other words it's being reduced, and the clips is greater than 0, then we reduce the clips and we set the ammo to 0. Let's test it. I'm reducing the ammo down to right. It's not worked. That didn't work, did it? You know why? I did this beautiful code here. I should actually show the clips. I will set clips to 1. If clips is set to 1, clips would reduce. Maybe this function is not working here. Break here. No, why are you doing that? No, I'm going to measure that fair enough. That doesn't work. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this, I'm going to put this, I'm going to put this before there. So if the ammo is equal to 0, it does that, resets the ammo, because that needs to be tested before that. So I've changed them around a bit because that's more logical. Because what would happen is you'd shoot and then you'd reduce your ammo, then you'd reload automatically. We don't want to do that. I'm going to do it the other way around. So I'm press play. There you go. It works now. Just swap them the right way around. We're going to check the ammo first so we can do a reload. Now the reload animation. Let's do that. Where is the shoot animation? Shoot rest. Oh, that's where do I do my shoot animation? So that's, I think I might do that in another video possibly. But for now we've got the mechanics of shooting working. I'll come back to that later possibly. We've got our shoot animation. We've got our shooting mechanics. We've got a reload element. We've got all the various elements to make a working game. To recap, we can add multiple zombies. We've got a limited ammo amount, and we've got a clip amount, and we can reload. So I've got all those working in this video, and I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much. This is Teacher Wayne. I'm not going to be doing much more videos on this series, but I will eventually be making a video series of what I call the basics, the real raw basics to get you going. So I sort of want to aim more for the beginners in Unity to help them get going, because I think there's a big fear factor of Unity, and I want to get people. Well, I think it's a great game engine. I think I want to get people get more, especially the coding side of things and explaining it. So I think I want to do a sort of introduction to video series and how to do series. So please like and subscribe. Trying to grow my channel now. It's gradually growing. Please recommend it to other people, show it to other people. That'll be excellent. Anyway, thank you very much. This is Teacher Wayne. By the way, I am a professional lecturer at a college, at a university. I'm a university lecturer now. I used to be a college lecturer, but now I'm a university lecturer. Teach games design professionally, and I've got a doctorate in teaching games design. So I am very highly qualified in this, and I want you to just basically to sort of, I've got a lot of knowledge I'd like to share and help you. Anyway, thank you very much. This is Teacher Wayne saying goodbye.